My name is Alyssa Green. I am 19 years old. I am a freshman at Oglethorpe University in Atlanta, Georgia. I major in biology and minor in film. I love my family. I love my friends. I love nature and Marvel movies and cookie dough ice cream. My life should be normal. It isn't. There is a utopic expectation that most people have regarding their path and future, but life has a tendency to bring in complications that challenge the presumption people form for themselves. Life does not discriminate. It will benefit or diminish whoever it pleases. There is no use in cursing life itself. There's no use in mourning what could have been. You shouldn't expect life to go as planned, but rather accept what you've been given and make the most out of anything and everything you can. I would like to introduce to you my chronic companion, Ehlers Danlos syndrome. Ehlers Danlos syndrome, as defined by the Genetics Home Reference under the U.S. National Library of Medicine, is a group of disorders that affect connective tissues supporting the skin, bones, blood vessels, and many other organs and tissues. Defects in connective tissues cause the signs and symptoms of these conditions, which range from mildly loose joints to life-threatening complications. I try not to talk about this side of my life too terribly much, but it is not easy nor is it encouraging to live with the limitations that accompany my existence. My pain is not one that is easy to distinguish. Analyze my surface and I really do look like a typical teenage girl. I know that. I tend to stay quiet about my struggles because I know in every part of me that I am still more than capable of doing anything I set my mind to, and that I should always be appreciative of all that I have. Regardless, there are many unexpected hardships I have endured and much difficulty I experience on a day-to-day basis due to the symptoms of Ehlers Danlos syndrome. My symptoms include hypermobility, scoliosis, migraines, weight fluctuations, extreme dizziness, fatigue, dysautonomia, brain fog, night sweats, atrophic scarring, vascular skin conditions, joint degeneration, frequent joint dislocation, overactive adrenaline, insensitivity to anesthetics, frequent bruising, anxiety, and relentless chronic pain. A part of my life has always been full of doctor's appointments, but there was a specific time that was especially intense. This time of my life, during my middle to high school transition, was saturated with confusion, overflowing with constant testing and diagnosis and being treated like an experiment. At least that's how it felt in the midst of it. I'd always had these unusual manifestations, always had these symptoms, but I had no clue there was a name or reason for any of it. Completely unaware of my unknown conditions, I had no idea there was anything abnormal about my health apart from my scoliosis. But I would sleep for 12 hours a day. Everything I ate would make me sick. I was exhausted, constantly. My bones started to hurt worse than they ever had before, and my joints would pop and buckle. I would fall, bruise, and get hurt daily. It felt like my body was falling apart. When I would stand, I would nearly pass out every time. Other people had to help me walk like I was an elderly woman. I felt constantly dizzy and not sober. No doctor could give me a correct diagnosis, as whenever I received one, the next doctor would say it was incorrect and diagnose me with something else. That cycle continued for almost a complete year until I was finally diagnosed with hypermobile Ehlers Danlos syndrome by Dr. Chris Reckner. I still experience all of the symptoms of exhaustion and pain and vast difficulties that come with my illness, and I always will. But they will not stop me from accomplishing anything I set my mind to. While life is certain to have unpredictable challenges, I really try my hardest not to focus on it and not let it control me. I grew from a timid little girl who went to the doctor, no exaggeration, every single day and was poked and prodded and studied and tested, who was told what I could and could not do, to who I am today. I love who I am. I have cried a lot. I've said it's not fair, and I've felt sorry for myself. I am in constant pain. Life is a battle. Nothing is physically very easy for me. I have limitations, but I am still unstoppable. I am still happy. I'm still shining as brightly as I can. I have been ashamed of my weaknesses, but there's so much more to me than an illness. Life is beautiful and full of love and fun and joy, and no doctor or diagnosis can ever take that away. You don't let them. What I've learned is that you choose for yourself what your life will be, and you persevere no matter what. It's difficult. It's painful. The anguish honestly doesn't get much easier, but you can get stronger. You grow into a person so full of power and resilience, someone you never imagined you had the capability of becoming. You can do anything with determination and a little modification. My life has been severely impacted by the twists and turns that accompany existence. I never expected to have major health complications. I never imagined that I would be diagnosed with a chronic illness. I never expected to be 17 years old and recovering from my second spinal surgery. I never expected to be 19 and having to deal with the negativity I am faced with in response to my illness, my disability, my enemy being invisible. I don't look sick. I don't look disabled. I am. And I am fighting every day. Every day. The awareness for EDS is overwhelmingly low. Approximately 1 in every 20,000 people in the United States have Ehlers Danlos syndrome. To give some context, the odds are 1 in 55 for Alzheimer's and 1 in 8 for breast cancer. 1 in 20,000. It is a rare disease. Due to this rarity, it is underdiagnosed. It is so important for every person to know what is happening in their body. Raising awareness for Ehlers Danlos syndrome and all rare diseases is a must. I am Alyssa Green. I have Ehlers Danlos syndrome. I have postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. I have scoliosis. I have spinal fusion. I have pain. I have dizziness. I have hypermobility. I have anxiety. I have overactive adrenaline. I have joint degeneration. I have all of it. I have a chronic, invisible illness. I am not a victim. I am a survivor. As are all those whose bodies fight against them, but they find the strength to fight back. We are not promised an easy ride. Life has hit me hard, bruised me to the very core of my being, but it has never knocked me down. I have and will forever continue to keep moving forward, although the future is recognizably uncertain. The only constant promised is change and the acquired resilience to triumph over life's harsh unpredictability.